This is Soda talking about OnlyFangs, Xaryu followers, and showing off the new add-on. This is awesome. The new add-on is so cool, guys. It's proximity. It's literally proximity chat in WoW. It's literally GTA RP in WoW. It's so cool, man.
I can update you guys on OnlyFangs. For those of you that have not paid attention to, I think, Xaryu's stream or other areas. Oh, he made a video about this. Yeah, no, I went in OnlyFangs, or Xaryu was streaming, and he said some updates about OnlyFangs, and his whole chat was like, L, it's got to be SSF, L. I'm like, dude, SSF, solo self-found. Do you understand how limiting that is?
Okay, I don't think anyone said SSF. We were saying SF. You would still be able to group, but yeah, we did have this discussion.
Do they understand what this guild is? If Xaryu's chat had it their way, they would want basically, well, a bunch of hardcore WoW sweats showing everyone how.
No. You guys don't want WoW sweats, right? You guys want content. Right? I don't think anyone wants the hardcore WoW sweats to re-clear Molten Core for the 10,000th time. People in here want content, okay? And I feel like the content is better when people are actually dying, so you don't want to make it too easy like last year. That was the discussion, okay?
How good they are. And oh my God, they got to level 60 in solo self-found? They're so good. I can't believe they pulled it off. And it's just boring. That's it. Boring as fuck. But Xaryu agrees, but his chat fucking infuriated me so much so.
I do agree that for this challenge, Guild Self-Found owns. After talking to Soda with the weekly chests, I think Soda has convinced me that weekly chests with Guild Self-Found is going to be a fun experience. Let me just say this clearly again so everyone understands. My only issue with Guild Self-Found is that it's regulated by an add-on that you can cheat. That was the only thing that I was upset about, and that's the only thing that I think most people in the chat were upset about. I think people cheated last year. We have a way to stop the cheating this year, and we're not using it. That's the point of discussion. And Soda, we talked to Soda about that, and he's like, well, yeah, that makes sense. So like that's pretty much it, right? That's pretty much it.
So that I basically went on his stream and yelled at him in his chat.
It is true.
And pretty much leaked everything that I was about to tell you guys. I feel like Soda wants to do his own thing and is hoping that if anything goes wrong, it just creates drama, and that's usually good from content. Yeah, of course, content.
Yeah, true. Fair enough.
Though bro overcooked, they should give point value things. Oh no. Not to be a tool, but OnlyFangs was the hardcore joke. It was starting out with gear and shit from the start. 99% of the guild couldn't do it without help, and got to the point that Rav was the only one we cared about solely for entertainment. Oh, this is an old video, 8 days ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think this is the right video. I've been thinking about yeah. I want one of these newer videos. Was like
a while, and then I can't. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, this one. There we go.
Oh no, this is WoW Classic, like a screaming guild leader. Oh yeah, in the proximity chat.
Proximity chat.
Let me show you guys the proximity chat.
Okay, let me. Okay, I feel like I just need to say this again. I am on the same page with Soda Poppin' after he explained to me the pros of Guild Self-Found and the point system they have. So for those of you that didn't watch the video, what's basically going to happen is every week there is going to be points reset and points distributed based on things that you do for glory or dying. You can get plus or minus points for each race. Undeads, team orcs, team trolls, and team taurens. Each race is gonna have points. If you're the highest point earner of the week, you get a loot chest that Soda is gonna make himself. Okay, that's the kind of the idea behind the point system for the races and the weekly chest. I think this is awesome content, and I think it owns. I love it. My only thing that I don't like is that it can be cheated. People could turn the add-on off and trade because it's not self-found. So it's just not seal-proof. It's cheatable. That's the only thing I don't like. Now, if Blizzard had a guild self-found mode, and it was like, hey, Czar, what do you think they should do? A Blizzard guild self-found or a solo self-found? I would say guild self-found every time. So my only issue really is that it's cheatable. That's it. And at the end of the day, I kind of agree with Soda that like if someone does cheat, you just shame them and kick them. That's fine. I'm on board. Soda said he'll G-kick cheaters. Right, exactly, yeah. So if Soda actually just G-kicks the cheaters, so like no one actually has any incentive to cheat, because if you do cheat, you actually just get kicked, then like no one's actually gonna cheat because no one actually wants to get kicked. So it would make a lot of sense. So yeah, I'm stoked for it.
They tested it this morning and they said it was crazy, extremely immersive. And I don't know if that's because they're WoW players and they've never played a game with proximity chat and they can't fathom how crazy immersive proximity chat is.
Bro, I played New World. A lot of you were here for it. And New World was my first MMO with prox chat, or the only one I think I've played with prox chat. And it was awesome. Like, you can just go up to someone and just start role playing on the spot. It can also be annoying sometimes too, but like overall it's pretty awesome. You just like walk up to someone and start talking. It's great.
Or if it's really that good. Probably should have tested it myself, but regardless, it works really well. Let me bring it up for you guys. Hang on.
Like orange, because like I mentally associate it with like those cheap plastic.
So right now, this is volume auto adjust based on distance from each player.
You like blue? Get away from me. What does everyone think about brown? How do we feel brown?
I think brown's pretty.
So only guildies will be allowed to join these voice channels. So random people won't be able to walk up and just scream the N-word. Obviously, you got to be approved to get added to the proper channels.
Really easy to hide it when you share your stuff.
The other things that we've added, Mocktail's the one working on it. That's, I assume
Super cool.
Mockdead is him.
Super cool.
I asked him to add a GTA feature where you have a GTA RP feature. So you have a whisper function, you have a normal talking function, and you have a yell function. Those three will be added. The other thing I asked him to try and do, because I find this annoying, and I think other people will too, when someone is talking, you can see it over here, right? So it's on. Let's unpause.
Okay, yeah, but as I run away.
Okay, she's talking to herself.
He's talking very soft.
So that's great that you can see him on the left here. But I would prefer it if, let's say, Mock Dead was talking, his name maybe like got a slight glow to it. Or maybe even just a little voice, like a microphone next to his name right here.
That'd be sick.
That'd be huge.
Yeah.
And those are really
sick.
the only changes to be made. And then it's perfect. I wouldn't really know what to add or take away.
Yeah,
at that point.
Kind of owns. Kind of owns. Okay, I've got to give Soda Poppin some props. This is like a little extra credit project in school. He went above and beyond. This is not something that anyone asked for, and it's awesome. It's like when you do something this was on no one's radar. Wasn't on my radar, but this is going to make the OnlyFangs experience like that much better. Super cool.
To work with more than 10 people in an area, and all 10 can talk at the same time. If someone is on the yell feature, their voice will travel farther and be louder. Yeah. The other thing I said is it needs a toggle mute. Right now it's push to talk and open mic. Toggle is infinitely better, and I will die on that hill. I am baffled that people do not play games on toggle.
I actually agree. Toggle owns. So I use toggle in Discord. So if I want to talk in my Discord, I press a keybind that untoggles my mic. I talk as long as I want. And then if I want to mute, I press the keybind again. It's way more efficient than push to talk for sure. And open mic wouldn't really work as a streamer because I want to talk to the chat sometimes.
I prefer open mic over push to talk is so bad when you're actually trying in any game.
Yeah.
The only exception I'll maybe give is a mouse key binding. I don't get it. I really don't.
I agree. Mouse, push to talk is pretty bad.
Foot pedal.
I was just gonna say that. The only keybind that would make sense to me for push to talk is if you have a foot pedal. I don't even think a mouse bind works because then you can't use your other mouse binds. And I don't think anything on the keyboard works because then you can't use your keyboard binds. But a foot pedal, if you want to buy a foot pedal for push to talk specifically, I think that would be the one situation where push to talk would kind of fine. Sure,
I'll accept a foot pedal.
Yeah, I'm with Soda on this again.
Like a toggle mute. So you can hit a button and your mic is now open mic, and then hit a button, now you're muted. So I think toggle mute is getting added. I forget the update on that. So that's being done. A couple other things got updated. So a lot of, I'm not going to say Xaryu's viewers, but classic purists, I should say. And
okay, I like that clarification because I feel like there's a distinction to be made here. Xaryu viewers, in my mind, are not just classic purists. Classic purists are people that are hashtag zero changes. I only want to watch the elite of the elite play and everyone else sucks kind of a thing. It's I feel like that is such a small percentage of the people watching my stream right now, right? Yeah, like people that have been playing private servers for the last 10 years on Classic WoW, like that. Those are the people I'm talking about. Like the diehard Classic. Like you know everything about Classic. You know every flight path. You know every quest. You know every NPC location. Like you could level 1 to 60 in your sleep. And anyone else that tries to play the game and like you want to see them like with their authentic experience. I feel like that there are people like that, but I feel like that's a smaller percentage, right?
Xaryu is a large hub for that.
He said I'm a large hub for that. Am I really a large hub for that kind of a viewer? Yo guys, press 1 in the chat if you're that viewer. No, kinda, no. I feel like from my perspective I'm not, but to give Soda some credit, if you look at the percentage of Soda's chat that's that viewer, and then the percentage of my chat that's viewer, the percentage of viewers in my chat with that mindset is higher than the percentage of viewers in Soda's chat with that mindset. So if you're looking at a relative percentage difference of chat, of chatters variance of tryhardness in WoW, sure, mine is higher on average than Soda's.
Very against guild self-found. They want us to do SSF because last OnlyFangs, we cheated. Pretty much every person bought gold, including me. I got banned for it. I got in trouble for it. And everyone pretty much got mob tagged. They're not wrong. That's exactly how it went down. So they want us to do SSF. With SSF, you select the option, and now your character, no matter what you do, there's no way around it. The game won't let you trade. The game won't let you use the auction house. It won't let you do any of these things, which is great, but that's boring for our guild because we are not a bunch of streamers playing the game for the 80th time by ourselves with chat. We're a guild. So we're going to do guild self-found, and we're going to have an add-on that regulates it. There is an issue with the add-on, though. There was a moment where Mitch Jones, back in the day, there was a hardcore WoW add-on before SSF was actually added in by Blizzard. Mitch Jones went into the add-on, changed some notepad shit from true to false or what. I don't know how you do it, but you do some minor things and you can adjust it, and the add-on won't detect that you bought these things from the auction house or traded with this person and got gold. It won't know. And then he got caught, and it was this whole scandal, and it was hilarious. So a lot of people think that if we do guild self-bound and we run it by an add-on, that's what's going to happen, and every single person is going to basically cheat like Mitch Jones. There are some things being done differently in this add-on where if people do try and do it, it is likely they get caught. It sucks that it won't be bulletproof or at least have that Blizzard stamp of like 100% you can't cheat. But I'm going to G-kick anyone who does cheat.
So this is the point right here that makes me like, I'm 100% on board with Soda, man. If he sticks to his word and actually just kicks anyone who cheats, because it's going to be obvious, right? Like if someone shows up with Fiery, it's like, hey guys, it's like, you bought that. There's no other way to get it. Or if someone shows up with like 1,000 gold, it's like, there's no way to get it. You bought that, right? So it's going to be obvious. Everyone's streaming. Like when Mitch cheated, it was very obvious. Like he had 10 slot bags. It's like, how did you get those? They're expensive. You don't have the gold. How do you get them? Like it was like if you cheat, it's obvious. If anyone's paying attention, it'll be very obvious. So then you get called out and then you get kicked. Like that's a fine incentive. That's a fine incentive. People will won't want to just get kicked from OnlyFangs. Everyone wants to be in the guild. So cool.
And also, if you log in, I'm not dumb and I know this game. And I can, use logic to think about what people might try and cheat with. If you log in and you have a flurry axe and you say something along the lines of, I swear I got it last night. I just logged on and killed 4 mobs and I just logged on today and I didn't record it.
No, absolutely not. No, absolutely not, bro.
I'm probably just going to G-kick you. At the very, the lightest punishment I'd give, you're vendoring that item. Because there's no reason why you can't loot it. Freak the f*** out. Oh my God, I can't believe I got this off stream. Oh my God, I wasn't recording. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of the chat box saying you received loot and you're out in the world and you looted it. It's so easy. So I'll probably just G-kick, and I'm going to make sure everyone knows that. So differently from the add-on, this is going to be a guild that's going to be overseen, not only have the add-on to kind of not let you do things, but also we're going to have people that aren't stupid, that are going to take the time to individually look at stuff and know when you've cheated and when you.
So guys, I'm a broken record here, but I'm on board with this, chat. Like, guild self-found with the add-on to enforce it, and if you cheat the add-on, it's gonna be obvious, you're gonna get called out and you're gonna get kicked. Fine, this is gonna be great. I can't wait, okay? I can't wait. My big concern with guild self-found is that it was gonna be a repeat of last year. People were gonna cheat, it was gonna fly under the radar. It's like, okay, well, there's no punishment. Okay, well, we're all gonna cheat, and then like everyone's just gonna be like, well, why'd you do the same thing as last year again? Like, let's make this legit this time. And we have a button to do that with self-found, but I get that there's a little less content because you can't do the loot distributions and stuff while leveling. So if you want more content, like, this is the route, man. This is the route.
You haven't. But also doing like guild self-found, we can only trade within each other. So it's, the content there is way better. There's a couple other things that are being discussed. The add-on for, all the achievements and points are still being worked on. What else is going on that I can actually talk about? Potential Makgora tournament I might host. It's still being debated how to go about it.
Okay, I didn't know if he was going to mention this or not, but since he did, then I can mention it. I have talked to Soda about potentially doing some type of Makgora tournament. Nothing is set in stone, but if he's going to maybe mention it, then we can maybe mention it. Like, maybe there's a Makgora tourney on the horizon like last year. Who knows? Who knows? Definitely nothing set in stone, though. So don't get like overhyped by any means, but that could be a lot of fun. Yeah, I would love to host another Makgora tourney. I've been saying that for months, but like, it was one of the highlights of my entire career to host the last one. It was so fun. It was so fun. So,
whether we do it or not, I think there was one that was going to happen, but plans fell through. So I was asked if I wanted to overtake the reins for it. And it would be a pretty large scale Makgora tournament. It wouldn't be like a C-Dank, oh my God, get to level 12 and auto attack as a paladin tournament. It'd be
shots fired, bro.
Probably a level 61. The ways of going about it, though, it's tough. I'm debating how to do it. I want to do a 2v2 tournament. I'd want it to be so drastically different from the last one that I think OTK hosted. The last one they did was a 1v1 Makgora tournament. We could do another one where it's a 1v1, but this time it's SSF.
I would love another Makgora tournament at some point that's self-found. So the last tournament we ran last year with OTK, what we did is a Makgora tourney, but it wasn't self-found. What does that mean? That means that if you were a streamer, all your viewers were basically like giving you epic items, gold, enchants, fiery crusaders, like all the best stuff, funneled you everything. And when you showed up on tournament day, you kind of just like were a leg up over everyone else. Now, the difference with self-found would be no one can trade you gold. No one can trade you epics. No one can trade you enchants. So if you want to have the best shot, it doesn't really make much of a difference if you're a streamer or not a streamer. You can't trade. Now, streamers would still have a benefit. They'd be able to find groups a lot easier. So like, say your best in slot ring for a rogue dropped from Maradon, Blackstone ring or whatever. If you're a streamer, you could probably find the Maradon groups easier than a non-streamer. So there's still streamer benefits, but it would be reduced by like 99%, right? Like you wouldn't be able to just get infinite gold handed to you and infinite items handed to you. So it would be like a very legit chance that a non-streamer could win. And for me, I think that's awesome. That would be super cool to see someone just like a dark horse just come up and be like, dang, this guy's really good, right? Cap it so at 59, so SSF is enforced. So that's what I thought too. But people have told me that the SSF buff does not leave at 60. Apparently you can hit 60 and the buff does not leave until you turn it off manually. So you could do a 60 SF tournament with everyone at 60. They have to have the buff. It does, correct. Yeah. So basically like you can just have a tournament where everyone has to have the self-found buff, and that's bulletproof. That's seal proof. Like everyone had to level themselves. I guess technically someone could have got mob tagged. It's not solo technically, but you had to, you can't like buy anything off the auction house, get things traded to you, get free enchants, all that kind of stuff. So your character was self-made. And I don't know, for me, that would be like really interesting, right? It would be way more fair. Streamers would just play with people passing on loot. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like streamers would still have an edge up in that case because they could find groups that don't care about the loot. So fair enough. But it's still, you have to agree that it's like what, 99% less streamer benefits than like the last tournament, right? So that would be cool, I think.
From a competitor's point of view, that would be miserable. For viewers, they would love that, but really, it wouldn't change too much, I don't think. It would just be more miserable to compete in. So I'd like to do a 2v2 tournament to really spice it up, but doing...
Would you guys rather see a 2v2 tournament? I don't know how you would do that. Say we figured out a way to do that. Or a Makgora tournament. Everyone's saying 2v2. I see a couple 1v1s. The thing about 2v2 is how do you duel to the death in a 2v2? So it wouldn't be a duel to the death. Well, now it's kind of split. I don't know. For me, I would rather see the Makgora tourney, I think. But if more people want to see twos, then I would rather see two. Like, if more people want to see a twos tourney, I'd rather host a twos tourney than hosting a Makgora tourney, for sure. For me, I think if theoretically a 2v2 Makgora tourney was possible, I don't even know how you would do that. I don't know how you would do a 2v2 Makgora. If theoretically a 2v2 Makgora was possible, that could be kind of cool. I don't know. I think I'd still rather see the 1v1s. Okay, so you might ask, Xaryu, why would you rather see the 1v1s? For me, classic PvP isn't balanced around 2v2. It's not really balanced in any way, to be honest. But in a 2v2 situation, you could have someone like, I'm trying to think, like a mage and a warlock. And the mage goes sheep, sheep, sheep. And the warlock goes fear, fear, fear. And the mage goes sheep, 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 fear, 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 sheep, sheep. Like the diminishing returns are set up in a way where you can make it so that someone else never actually plays. Maybe it's because I know too much about the game. Maybe for the average viewer, 2v2 is more spicy. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. But from my perspective, knowing so much about the game, 2v2 would kind of suck. I'm just throwing that out there. You're right. Yeah, 1v1 then. I mean, 2v2 would just kind of suck. But from someone who hasn't played as much WoW, the average viewer just watching, maybe 2v2 is more spicy because you guys all said 2v2. So maybe 2v2 would get more excitement around it. So I don't know. To be fair, most 1v1s suck as well. Weirdly enough, classic 1v1s are like decently fun. Warlocks always win. So warlocks are the best. Warlocks always seem to win at any duel tournament. But rogues do pretty well too. And mages do all right. And hunters do all right. And druids do all right. Warriors kind of usually get shafted, and that's kind of how that works. But for the most part, like it's more of a fun experience to watch than like, it's pretty nice.
Doing a 2v2 permadeath tournament, there's a lot of issues like I think you can war game in Warsong Gulch. Like we've done 3v3 tourneys before, but it hasn't been done in hardcore, so it's different. What if like your teammate dies and then you 1v2 the other team? You won. But now the next match comes up and your teammate...
Oh yeah, that's a massive issue.
It's fucking dead.
That's a massive issue.
So
I didn't even think of that.
How do we get around that?
I didn't even think of that.
And that will happen. It's classic WoW.
I don't know. I think the 1v1
just 1v2. Yeah, like part of the game could be keeping one of your people alive, but like that sounds stupid. Maybe it could be funny by the very end. It's actually just a 1v1. I mean, yeah, sure, but I think I'd rather. There are ways around it. We'd probably have to get help from Blizzard or something. That'd have to have like a GM that can res teammates, and then probably have to do it on a fucking private server or a tournament realm that's hosted. And then it's like, well, now their characters don't die. Like, well,
see, that's kind of my issue, right? It's hard to hype up a Makgora tourney if their characters don't actually die. I don't know about you guys, but for me, when you watched the Makgora tourney last year, it was so intense because all the streamers spent like a month on those characters, getting ready, putting in hundreds of hours. Like there was some real something on the line because there was a lot of prep. A lot of time, a lot of energy. So if they died, it was a big deal. They spent like a month on those tunes. Whereas if it's like a private server to 60 and they get res when they like, it just loses the whole appeal. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that's kind of
good. Do a tournament realm, and if your characters die in the tournament realm, you have to log into live actual WoW, and we'll make a whole ceremony where we execute you. So the permadeath risk is still there. Either way. That's the Makgora
a lot of fun
bullshit
stuff to brainstorm.
That's been kind of getting brainstormed. That's OnlyFangs. The proximity voice is being worked on. Tactics and all of them are still working on the achievement and race add-on point system bullshit. Still have a meeting on the 13th. Play Reynad's game. The card. No, I have no interest in that. They're allowed to start a new alt and restart if they get G-kicked or the player banned from the guild. What? Are they allowed to start? Oh, if they get kicked, like they get caught cheating? No, they're gone. They are out. I'm kicking them out of the Discord.
Right there, guys. Soda even told me that if Miz cheats, Miz is perma-kicked, and that's Miz. They're kicked from the Discord. They're kicked from the guild. They're gone. I really don't think anyone's going to cheat with a rule like that. Like, there's no way, right? There's no way anyone actually goes like, yeah, this is a good, no, everyone wants to be part of the guild. Everyone wants to be like part of the raid, right? There's no way.
At that point, I don't trust you in any capacity whatsoever. You're done. It's not even funny. I also really don't want people to think that, because it's not SSF, everyone's just going to be cheating. Nope, no cheating. We are guild self-found. We will only be trading within the guild. If you trade anywhere else, you're done. Just don't cheat, and you don't have to worry about it. It's not hard. Unless you have enough viewers. I mean, fuck, it depends on the context. If Miz...
Wait a minute. What do you mean it depends on the context? Wait, what do you mean it depends on the... Wait. Hold up.
Skiff straight up went into his files, adjusted the add-on off stream, went into the auction house, and bought a fucking, a flurry axe. I would think he's doing it on purpose to get caught. Like, what?
Like, it's so obvious if you cheat. It's so obvious if you cheat. Because you're streaming the whole thing. You just show up with an epic item. Like, yeah, it's so obvious, right? You can't cheat with a straight face. You can't do it. You're gonna be found out, right? Like, anything you buy... It's like, wait, you didn't have that last stream. Where'd you get it?
Like it's a funny or something. And Fangsley, I think Fangsley's gonna not be incorporated at all.
Well, Fangsley could help with the weekly chests if they wanted.
So I was gonna have a weekly chest every week based on the race points.
Yeah.
And that chest was going to be filled with stuff from Fangsley. And I might still do that.
Yeah, they should do that.
Like Fangsley, I'll just take donations from Fangsley, and then I'm going to build the weekly reward chest, and maybe the Fangsley donations will fund it, but I'm going to try and put things in that are fun and not like game break. Maybe I'll put one Staff of Jordan in there. And now that race has to decide who the fuck is going to get this Staff of Jordan.
That's fun.
Do we want to give it to Emmy?
Yeah, that's
she
fun.
might die tomorrow, but also we want to try and get Emmy max level because she's struggling the most. Maybe I'll just throw in a fuck ton of tin and leather and, just mats to help, lower levels get their professions up.
Imagine you win the weekly chest. It's like, what do we get, guys? It's like, we got 4.5 stacks of tin. So yeah, Bobby can level up his engineering a bit. Do we have any smelters?
I know what you can do with these resources, so I'm going to build the weekly chest myself every time. Fangsley will simply be a means to help me build it, but I won't need them for the process. So my character is actually going to be allowed to use the auction house for that stuff, but I'll probably take screen. I'm sure everyone's going to be looking at every bit of progression my character gets with eyes of a hawk.
Wait, Soda can just build the chest on another character. So he has a whole separate character that he logs into to build the chest on, a level 1 with all the items, all the gold. So it's just separate from his whole character, right? I think that would make a lot of sense.
So there's not really much I can do. I'll probably build the weekly chest on a different character entirely that's not in the guild. So that way people can just know that I'm not cheating on main Fang or whatever. Something like that. I haven't thought it fully through, but
that's a good idea. Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, separate character maybe called the treasure. Sure. But then I gotta level that fucker to level 10 so I don't get griefed. I don't know what griefing is going on in hardcore WoW, but I heard there's some crazy shit people are doing. It's gotten bad. That's what I've heard. I don't know. I'm not playing. And now there's gonna be some high priority targets when OnlyFangs starts. So don't take Ironforge port. Well, we're gonna be on Horde. Can Sweats play their main class if they get the right race? Yeah. I'm not going to limit Sweats to not only not picking their race, but also not picking their class, I still want sweats to have fun.
I mean, I don't want to speak for every sweat here. I'm actually not sweating right now. So maybe I'm not a sweat, but regardless, I'm not going to play a mage. I think most sweats would agree that it's less fun to play your main class after you've done it once. So I won't play mage. I think most sweats aren't going to play their main. I hope most sweats aren't going to play their main, because it's like, bro, we like, wow, you hit 60 again. Like, you know, yeah, like play something a little different, right? So even if it's not a rule enforced, I think most sweats won't play their main anyway. I would guess. It's
already limiting enough. Sweats won't have a problem with new classes. No, they won't. I think people don't understand. You can put me on any class in this game and I can play it. You put Ompi on any class in the game, he can play it. It's not hard. It's not like they're bad all of a sudden. They're just having less fun. S-Fan won't be able to play Paladin. You're right. I don't know what he's going to play. I have no clue. Shaman. Whatever he wants. But it's not Paladin. It's...
Guys, someone in the chat says Soda thinks he's a sweat. Guys, Soda is 100% a sweat. Soda is 100% a sweat. Soda is so good at WoW when he actually is trying. Yes, he memes. Yes, he quits and plays other games. But if Soda didn't quit and try-harded WoW the whole time, he'd be like rank 1 every season. Like, he's really a great WoW player. He's a great WoW player, but he just doesn't care and would rather stream, do variety, and mess around. So that's just kind of how that works. But he's absolutely a sweat.
Arav is main tank. I had a couple people ask me if I have set main tanks. I do not. I'm going to main tank, but off tanks, I should say, aren't decided. I think Miz wants to off tank, and I'll leave the option for him to do it. But aside from that, it's open to anyone. That's going to be determined once we're max level and we're gearing out, and some people selected warrior. Like, let's say we do Molten Core and tier 1 gloves drop, right? Or what's a good tier 1 gloves? They're good for tanking and they're really just good. I already have them. Let's say Miz plays warrior. He already has them. And they drop, like, fuck. Well, who's in the raid? Oh, Mary maybe somehow made it to max level on a warrior and she's in this MC. All right, Mary, you're the tank. Here's the gloves. Take them. That's kind of how that's going to get decided.
The updates, the add-on. I think everything like 3 weeks ago was kind of murky. And now it's becoming dialed, chat. It's becoming crystal clear. I love the vision. I'm on board with the GSF. I like that cheaters get kicked. No one's gonna cheat if it's that obvious and the punishment is that high. This is great. I have no complaints. I'm ready to go. Like, if it started today, I would be ready to go. I can't wait. It's gonna be good.